Hey, this is Jim Cardona from Cardona Pinball. I got my black rose pulled out here. We're going to do a little bit of troubleshooting. So there's nothing wrong with this machine, but we get reports sometimes of customers seeing some things that they think like, okay, that's a little bit weird. And we try and verify here to see if we're getting the same symptoms. Maybe there's a difference in the code that we missed. So especially some of the things that we get, or people are saying, the original game felt different in some way, or there's some difference between the way something feels when I play the 1.0 versus the 2.0. So in this particular case, what happened was somebody had said that they felt like the pop bumpers were slower, like just slightly slower than the original game. So what I got here is I'm gonna try and time it, right? So I got a timer right here, digital timer. I got 2 channels, and I'll show you where I'm hooked up. So I'm just hooked up to one of the pop bumpers here. So I got one signal is on the switch, and the other one is on right there on the coil. So the idea here is that we'll see on the top channel, we'll see when the switch moves, and on the bottom channel we'll see when the pop bumper fires, and then if there's a difference in time between those, we can count that time and see what it is. So right now I got the original, the 2.0 game. So let's do that one first. Now, okay, so I'm in the test menu, Black Rose, Skull and Bones. I have the recorder hooked up. The top line is connected to the switch. The bottom line is connected to the coil for this pop bumper. Okay, so right now we're going to go into switch edge test, push enter. So now the next switch that I hit, so I'm going to hit this guy here that activates so it's saying bottom jet bumper, active, inactive. And then if we look over here on our chart recorder, you can see every time I hit that, it goes. So we have an indication on time, a timed indication. So now let's go back and test. Let's do the coil test. We're going to go to the bottom jet bumper, and I'm going to push enter. You see when I push enter, it actuates. So I'm pushing this enter button here, and you can see on the chart recorder every time that goes. So now we have an indication of on the bottom, the bumper coil firing, and on the top, the switch edge. So what we want to do is see when the switch edge fires, how long does it take for the coil to fire, if we can measure that. We're going to actuate pop bumper here. We're going to look and see what happens there. So let's do it again. Alright, let me hit stop. Alright, so I stopped the trace, and this thing's set for 25 millimeters. That's the fastest it goes, is right here. Alright, how about shut up? The fastest it goes is 25 millimeters a second. So each one of these blocks is a millimeter. So we got 5 dots there, but I don't know that I can really see a difference. Alright, so we held down the start button for 5 seconds so that we can get in game selection menu, and game turned off there, so it's going to reboot and it's going to come back up in our original game. Alright, so again, we are still hooked up to this guy. So I'm going to hit start on that guy. come over here and hit this guy. Let's see what happens. Hit stop. I mean, so now this is the emulation. I mean, maybe if I had a higher resolution, we'd see more of a gap there. But I'm going to tell you right now, it's in microseconds. So it looks very similar. So that's what I'm getting on my machine. Like I said, not saying that that's not happening on a customer's machine. It's just I can't replicate it. It's weird because he had said that it was only the pop bumpers. Everything else felt real crispy. So I guess the only other thing I could do is put the old boards in. But I don't see with the test equipment I have, I don't see where it's going to be faster because I can't even see a noticeable gap here between the switch, when the leading edge of the switch and the leading edge of the solenoid firing is what we're looking for, and they look almost, you know, there's only this, you know, almost an undiscernible gap there. All right, so that's